Hello?
Greetings, I am Vylar 6. I'm from the planet 442 Kepler b in a constellation you call Lyra, which is understandable because your little Earth mouth is incapable of pronouncing its true name. I have read in my mission reports that you are the one to talk to who can explain how aliens eat stars.
What?
I was told you are a scientist who studies the green life forms on your planet and how they can eat stars. Please explicate.
Eat stars. Do you mean the sun?
Yes, that is what your people call your big star. How do the alien green life forms eat it? And can you teach me?
Well, I think you're a little confused. The green life forms are called plants, and they don't eat the sun directly, but instead they use its light to make their own energy, and we call this process photosynthesis. And
Where did they come from? The Delta Quadrant?
no, they aren't aliens like you. They've been on this planet for millions of years, but some plants have been moved from the areas where they originally grew into new areas, and they've become problems in these new areas. So sometimes we call these plants alien invaders because they're alien to the new area and they've begun to invade and thrive.
Ah, yes, like when I invaded... Never mind. How did you learn from the aliens?
I use this machine, the Li-Cor Li 6400 XT, to measure photosynthesis, so it sort of lets me communicate with the plants to see how they're photosynthesizing. And I study photosynthesis in one of these alien invader plants called Phalaris arundinacea, which is sometimes called reed canary grass.
Read canary grass. Are you telling the grass to read the word canary? Read canary grass? Or is it a bird that I don't understand?
It's not a bird. It's a plant. Phalaris arundinacea is an aggressive wetland invader that changes the way water moves through the systems that it invades, as well as growing really tall to shade out the native species that grow in that area. And on this planet, we care about keeping as many species as possible living. We call this high biodiversity. And when Phalaris arundinacea invades an area, it lowers this biodiversity.
And what does all this have to do with consuming a star? I mean, photosynthesis.
Plants use carbon when they take CO2 from the air and convert it into sugars in their leaves. And they also need nitrogen to build the proteins for the process of photosynthesis to occur. It's important to understand the differences in how they use carbon and nitrogen between the alien invaders and the native species. So I use the Li 6400 XT right here again to measure photosynthesis in my plants under different atmospheric conditions and to see how they use nitrogen differently and how efficiently each species does photosynthesis.
Ah, yes. Like on my planet, some like to slurp their gazoopla and others take dainty sips. I think slurping is a much more efficient manner. Interesting. Could I speak to some of these plants and ask them if they are slurpers or sippers?
No, I'm sorry. They don't talk.
Oh, Earthling. That's what you think. Give it another 10,000 years.